Okay, Nnamdi, why are you taking this video? So basically, this man might have Alzheimer's. But you gotta remember something about yourself. Basically, this man, I'm currently at this office. It's currently, I don't understand, I don't care about time. But the thing about this man, he has Alzheimer's. I think he does, but I think I can cure Alzheimer's. It's curable. There's no proof that it's curable. So I think that there's no medication. I think it's consciousness degrading, but I don't think that it's degrading. I think it's a really hypothetical encoding state. So basically, you gotta try to find a way to prove this hypothesis, because his state of consciousness is like because consciousness subtractive. It wants to remove. But if my hypothesis, if the consciousness has his state of awareness, maybe it's autism, his state will become too subtractive for his then he starts to forget, and that gets re-encoded. So I don't think that the problem is the state of awareness. I think there's something in his cognitive hardware, like the like his brain that causes Alzheimer. Maybe it is a genetic property of the brain that leads to memory loss, which is called Alzheimer's. So I think your hypothesis should be really not on him, not on the person individual, but the generation of Alzheimer's. I think you can form a study proposing your model of consciousness, of subtractivity, to show that information that his lots, of his degrade is not related to his age. Because there are young people who have Alzheimer's, but they don't have it to the degree. So why am I doing this video? This video is just for me, because I'm gonna get old eventually, and I haven't done the ontological Bayesian, I have to care for myself with the system I build for the long term, and I do forget quite a lot. So it's like it's better for me to not risk getting this done. Alzheimer's is your medical goal. Don't confuse it with anything else. Just think Alzheimer's, Alzheimer's, Alzheimer's. Like forgetting stuff that you're meant to remember. Even about stress. Because no stress involved in forgetting. It's like he can't remember anything about his like an event, which is like something that happens. And it's his brain doing that automatically. It's like it's garbage collecting his memory, but it shouldn't be. Okay, okay, Nnamdi. Hey, it's too dark. Okay, guys. So basically, I've just come back here. So Nnamdi, so basically, I'm still finish away. So you go to model conscious, model Alzheimer's as a something that's too subtractive, that degrades cognition, and impairs his memory. Because the thing is, to model like the fault of the consciousness to the system of cognition, his talks and role. But what we should do? But the thing is, like, define cognition as the ability for someone to do something, but don't define his consciousness to the cognition model. Just try to assert his cognition to the consciousness, because if he's not conscious about the action, there's no need to do it, and something's wrong. There's something that's wrong. Maybe his consciousness is not. Maybe because Alzheimer's happens to different ways to different people, and the people that have Alzheimer's in coffee shops and everything, they forget a lot. But it's just kind of funny when they get different food, like at the restaurant in China, and that's good because it's funny too when you forget what you're doing. And that's the thing. A cure for Alzheimer is not like an injection, nothing. No one put needles in my body ever again. But I just make sure that I define it as something that is too subtractive. As you learn, it's like it's like your questions are being rerouted. Yes. That's perfect. So let's define it like this. Consciousness is something that's subtractive, but subtractive is good to be naturally subtractive. But it's not too subtractive. So how does Alzheimer's play into this? Alzheimer's plays into this because consciousness is subtractive, but the state of being aware, the cognition takes hold over the consciousness. It's like the consciousness stops processing abruptly or something. You stop being aware of it, then you become forgetting. It's like seeing black, and you stop processing whatever you're doing, like a human being. You don't even see anything. I think that's what's called Alzheimer's. So Alzheimer's is like the lack of consciousness, the lack of it, or the sensory or the. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, bro.
I'm good.
Thank you.
Is your girlfriend? Is your girlfriend?
Yeah.
No, she's my sister. She's your sister, man. Have a lovely day. So basically, Nnamdi, try to define it as Alzheimer's, like something that's something that reroutes consciousness. It's like a rerouter for consciousness, but it doesn't reroute it. It shouldn't reroute it. It should just allow. It doesn't, because if consciousness reroutes it, then you can't see anything, and then you swap minds. You lose the sensory ability, and that's what's Alzheimer's. Because I don't think Alzheimer's is the problem. I think Alzheimer's can make you forget a lot, but it's not the forgetting that's the problem. It's the Alzheimer itself. It's the ability to remember. That's the problem. So it's like, I can't like instinctively try to remember because I'm being rerouted. My consciousness, my awareness is being rerouted, or like it's not there. That's what I'm saying. It's the problem, because I can't remember if about something I'm not aware of. I can do something that I have done before because I remember it over and over again, repeat it. But if I want to learn new talks, that's what Alzheimer's is. So Alzheimer's is just a big memory problem, because it stops like you processing information because you're not aware of the state, or maybe it's too much for you to process, and that's what should be your investigation on Alzheimer's. No medication, nothing, no policy medication, no injection, nothing, just a pure brain computing interfaces by OBNXS with dual regular expression model, like the relay system. That relay instruction to directly to the brain to see how the brain interacts with it based on non-invasive electrode graphs that can read thoughts, by being bidirectional. Because consciousness is not by pattern matching. You can have the Rift R syntax flow one way, like Uche is saying this to Eze, but then Eze forgets it and can't relay it to Uche. Yeah, so basically, if one of them forgets it, if I forget some Uche or Eze die in my head, then I may have developed Alzheimer's, because Eze was something, a component, that's something that recovers memory. Because he's my kings, he's my leadership side, and Uche is my knowledge side. Okay, Nnamdi, have a lovely day.